All right, you guys, I'm hopping in here to just say I am actually excited about the news getting out about Russell Brand. I mean, it has taken forever to catch up with that sleaze bag. Forever. Okay, so it never happened to me. I met him one time. I was on his talk show. That was it. And guys like that don't usually come for me because they think of me as a dude. So in that way, I'm actually lucky because they still can't conceive that a woman tells jokes and that she might want equal pay. All right, that aside. But like, I have a girlfriend that was at an AA meeting and he was the speaker. And afterwards, she went to shake his hand for a good share, which is very common. And I'm not going to expose her name because it's Alcoholics Anonymous. I'm open about going to AA, but the anonymity is key. And she said that he just came right up to her, got in her face, pushed his groin against hers, and was trying to be, like, this is an AA meeting, was trying to be, I'm not even going to say trying to be funny, it's just gross. But it tells you, like, the mindset of so many of these comics. And I just want to point out, like, there's so many more coming. There's so many more coming. And look, it's with actors as well. And I just want to be a little bit lighthearted because you don't hear this shit about Dame Judy, I'll do this joke again. You don't hear this crap about Dame Judy Dench. Like, you don't hear, like, Julianne Moore is sexually assaulting somebody. And let me just talk about female comics because that's obviously what I know. But like, when you're a female comic, honestly, we're all pretty similar. Like, we want to do a really good show. Maybe you invite friends to your show, maybe not, whatever. Female comics tend not to have like a posse or a crew that travels with them unless they're like opening and there's a reason. But, you know, we don't have spotters. Like, the guys have spotters, and I mean like almost all of them have spotters. So that's somebody that's one of their bros who picks out a girl in the audience like before the show that is the comics type to get like a afterwards, that sort of thing. And I just want to point something else out in defense of my sister comedians. And I'm saying this about Russell Brand as someone who got canceled in a way that he could only live in fear of. Like, seriously, you guys, I was canceled for a protest photo, but I was investigated by the Department of Justice and put on the no-fly list. Like, it's not even a comparison, so I'm sure he'll be, like, complaining about it and whining about it, but he'll be fine. All the guys will be fine, trust me. They all have, like, armies of people behind them that are actively working to bring them back constantly. And, you know, you just don't hear this stuff about Amy Schumer and Chelsea Handler and Sarah Silverman and Wanda Sykes. Like, what you hear about the women is not in this category. Like, there is that girl, Colleen Ballinger, that played a character called Miranda Sings, which was a special needs character to begin with, so I am not sticking up for her. She's very unusual for a female, but like, I feel like she's being called out and there's a lot of receipts. But you know what you hear about my contemporaries, the women I named? And yes, I call them my contemporaries. I hope they're not insulted. But you hear that they're like difficult or the B word or the other B word, bossy or whatever. And you hear that like, the one I get all the time is expensive and difficult because I'm always fighting to try to get what the guys get. But you should know, like, in the female comedy world, it is constantly an uphill battle because honestly, how many of your straight guy friends, your husband, whatever, would choose with their straight guy buddies to go see a female comedian on their own? Let's be honest. So the way the industry looks at us is we will never be the earners of the top earners on the road, which is probably like Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, you know, all of our favorites, right? And those guys are amazing comics. But number one, you're not going to hear sexual assault charges from any of us or about any of us. I'm pretty much going to guarantee that right here. But also, Like Amy Schumer made the most money last year on the road of any female comedian. And yet she was way down on the list of like Hassan Minaj and the other like guys that are out there because we still live in a world where if you're going to go see a female comedian and it's just her show, like when I go on the road and I have a show Friday, October 6th at the Mirage, only my second show in 5 freaking years because of you know who. But anyway, you know, my audience is like ladies and gay guys, and that's amazing. It's an amazing audience. But it's really unfair for the industry and the check signers, that's what I call the big executives, to even look at female comics next to the guys because there's still a big stigma about it. I'm serious. What bunch of 5 guys is going to go see the Kathy Griffin show unless they are homosexuals? Which is great. You're welcome. Thank God. But I'm just saying, like, be honest. Start asking around. Like, Amy is at the top of her game, Amy Schumer. So just casually ask your straight guy friends, would you and like one of your bros ever just get tickets to go see Amy Schumer? And Trainwreck is a hilarious movie. I don't know how much these ladies have to prove themselves, but it's just still out there. And so it actually gives me a little comfort when guys like Russell Brand finally have some price to pay for their ridiculous success in light of this behavior. And you know, he was an okay comic. Let's not rewrite history that much. But I'm just saying, I'm looking at these women around me that I named, and they're amazing. They are hilarious and innovative, and they've taken punches in the industry, and they're still around, and they are amazing. So hats off to you, ladies.